We have other news this morning, including a decision that allows nearly 5 million children to get a third dose of Pfizer's COVID vaccine. A CDC advisory committee has endorsed booster shots for kids aged 12 to 15, who had their second dose at least 5 months ago. The CDC is strongly recommending boosters for 16 and 17-year-olds as well. A record number of children with COVID are being hospitalized, more than 600 a day over the past week.
And more news from the CDC. The data there paints a dire picture of what's likely to come as those Omicron cases surge. The agency expects up to around 54,000 people to be hospitalized every day by the end of this month. That's a big number. Nikki Battiste went inside an ICU in Teaneck, New Jersey. That's just outside New York City, and she has more on that part of the story.
It's all hands on deck at Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey.
How have the numbers of COVID patients changed from just before the holidays to now?
Just before the holidays, we were under 30. Yesterday, we were over 90. So we've seen a significant increase.
Dr. Michelle Aceto is the chief nursing officer. Right now, 106 employees are out sick, 26 of them nurses. For those at work, this is still a big part of the job description, holding up cell phones so patients can FaceTime their loved ones.
See that care for patients day in and day out and then work so hard and not win the battle, it's a lot.
Nearly 6,000 hospital staff members across New Jersey have gotten COVID since Christmas. The state is asking its National Guard and FEMA for help with staffing. 14 hospitals in the state face a critical staffing shortage, and at least 3 more are expected to by the end of the week. That's as the state sees more than 700 patients in the ICU. Nurse Lauren Boniello has worked at Holy Name for almost 10 years. She says the pandemic has been incredibly difficult as they've lost patients and co-workers to COVID.
In the beginning of the pandemic, we lost an employee who everyone was very familiar of and really worked alongside. It was a challenging day. It was a very emotional day, but it was something that we got through together.
In that moment, what's going through your mind? I'm sorry.
And almost 2 years later, they're still pushing on.
What do people need to know about what you and your staff and nurses are going through?
I think they need to know that we are here for any patient that walks through that door.
Michelle Aceto says right now her biggest concern for her staff is burnout after a 2-year, seemingly never-ending cycle. She says right now there are 80 COVID patients here at Holy Name. Of those in the ICU, all but 2 are unvaccinated, and the 2 who are have comorbidities that left them prone to severe illness.
Nikki Battiste reporting. We thank you, Nikki. Another important reminder about the work that the frontline workers do every day to save our lives.